Hello, living in Boulder vlog for the 11th of February on the day of Thursday. My right eye wasn't working today. There's like something in it or something. Yeah, but right now it's Friday at 2:18 in the morning. I didn't get around to doing my video because yesterday I was working until the morning and then I passed out before I did a video, and then I got up and I started working and I didn't do the video until now. So I was working, I guess. So I didn't do anything today, just working. I didn't, because I'm like totally nocturnalized, so it's kind of hard to line myself with the store being open. The store, Safeway used to close at 1 in the morning, but now it closes at 11 in the morning. The afternoon. So, by the time I was like even thinking about getting an energy drink, they were already closed. So I wonder when they're going to go back to 1. I don't, if they ever do. Maybe coronavirus could probably, I'm sure, show a lot of businesses they can do better if they just close earlier. But hopefully Safeway isn't like that. I like it when they're open till 1. Because I could deal with the energy drink now. Maybe I should drive to the store and get one. But there's so much mo at the gas station. They're like $3 or $3.50 or something crazy. And they're only like $2, $2.09 at Safeway with my Safeway card. So I've been having reefer. Last batch of reefer been doing me good and doing me right. And I haven't been smoking it too much. I think I sold a bit of it here and there to my roommate. But so far this month, I've only have to reefer with utility money. And I think I still have a couple of buckarooshkis in my wallet. The idea is not to have to go into the bank account for the reefer. Just use the $100 that my roommate gives me for utilities. Anyways, so the work that I was doing. So yesterday, before I passed out, that was my first full day when I was working on plugging up the area around Boulder, like Boulder County and Denver and the same area. I think it's like an 80-mile circumference, 40-mile radius from Boulder, like what you could do in a day on a bike, and probably end up doing all of it, maybe with less and less degrees of like detail as I go farther out. But yes, because the day before yesterday was the first day that I worked on it for a couple hours, maybe the second half of the day or something. So then I'm like getting up, this day isn't going to be my second full day, even though it's 2:20 in the morning. Yeah, and I remember, in terms of whenever I start a project on my website, because I have so many going, so many different pages and stuff, the first thing I do is go, what's it worth? And then I think, how long will it take? And this one is definitely worth a week. And how long will it take? I thought definitely less than that. So, but it can drag on as you go along because you get more and more perfectionistic as you go along. I decided, so I'll explain how I'm doing it because, I'll give the long version of the story. So I wanted to build Rome on Boulder because Boulder's like Rome, perfect place to build Rome on top of to teach East history. So if you want to build a bunch of stuff on top of Boulder, you have to put a layer on top of it because you'll get distracted if you build all kinds of stuff on top of buildings that you can see, The ground has to look like a ground. So the best way to do that would be to put an image, do a screen capture of the earth and then put that as an image on the ground and then build everything on top of it. So then it's how detailed do you make it though? I covered the entirety of Denver just in like one big blob of earth because Denver is really big and it's not that important to me, and you just have to cover it because there's houses everywhere, and then you just build everything on top of it. But Boulder is where I'm building Rome on top of it. And it has to be someplace where you're down at ground level looks realistic. So it has to be high resolution, meaning so you have to paste on a lot of images, like pixels on a TV, a lot of different images to keep the resolution high. If you do a screen capture of a small area and then you drag it out to take up all of Boulder, when you go down to ground level, there's no resolution. It doesn't feel like you're on the ground. Or if you get a screen capture of a big piece of earth and then you plop it on there, the resolution isn't good by the time you zoom in. So to make the resolution just as good as real, like if you have it actual from Google Earth, satellite, and then next to it just an image just put on top of to cover a house, you'd make the image just as realistic and resolution as the Google Earth. You'd have to have it at like a patch of like 30 acres or something. So I'm just plopping like 30-acre patches on next to each other, like in a little squares, but that gives me the opportunity to selectively decide what I can let seep through, like parks, running tracks, ravines and rivers and lakes, so that and even roads, bits of roads, so where you are in Boulder. And also, when you're growing and looking down, you feel like you're in the real earth, you feel like you're really there, and there really aren't roads there. That's the effect. In order to, but you can't. So in order to do that, you have to use high resolution. So I've been plunking a lot of them. I decided a dark brown. Can't remember even where I took it from, but just dark brown with like little marks in the earth and stuff. And when you go down, it looks good enough. It looks good. And then on top of that, I can put on green, for if I want to build houses with grass and stuff, which I was thinking about doing with my realistic version of Boulder. But the thing is, this is kind of time consuming because it can drag on because I'm doing so much square area. And as I go along, I'm getting screen captures of different areas, and I'm realizing, oh yeah, I want to get different. I want to get both a rectangle and a round screen capture of all the different colors of grounds and make it look like perfect. Because if you do it like that, you can cover it all perfectly. And I know when I look at it again, I'm going to be like, oh man, why didn't I use the natural color on that? And I'll have to go find it, and then I can fix it though. I don't have to delete it and then put it on. I just change the link of it for the image, and I'll have to organize it first. The way to organize, because the way I'm organizing now, it's just like I'm choosing which image and then I'm doing it, but then I'm dancing around, keep it interesting. So I have to organize it later. So I'll just create folders exactly where I want stuff, where the concentrations of different colors and different patches are, and then I'll just click in individually and make sure that they go in there. But there's a lot. But then when once it's organized well, you can edit it easily. You can remove patches, whole chunks of patches easily if you want to expose houses to turn them into, like in my Boulder Rome, like if I want to build more buildings, I want to build them off of real buildings, so I might just remove patches. So, yeah, I'll go along and do more. And actually becoming interested in the geology. I was watching a YouTube video of somebody describing the geology before, and I even downloaded the video. Should look at that again because yeah, I mean, El Dorado Canyon is really interesting. You see all the different geology down there. So, but even on the flats, there's different colors, and just to know what it all means. But yeah, I have like colored and green and brown, dark brown, and yeah, I'm actually kind of skilled in this because I was doing it already with Rome. So, and then for roads, I just choose the corresponding earth color for the road, but make it the shape of the road. And so, and I was listening to quantum mechanics videos over and over again, and some news intermixed. Hopefully, slowly but surely learning it, but I'm concentrating a lot on the work that I'm doing, so I can't really focus on this a lot. But hearing in the background is good. I like it, and other stuff too, other astrophysics girl like Dr. Becky, history of science and stuff. Ooh, let's keep this under 10 minutes. Talk to you tomorrow. I'll be working this another few days.